Okay, welcome to Math CCT 12. Today we are going to focus on some different types of sampling methods. You should have already gone through the agenda and the details page, and this tutorial or set of tutorials is focused on the actual assignment itself. So you are going to walk yourself through the data collection portion of this assignment as I'm going through it. So the first thing that you need to do is open up the sampling method madness spreadsheet template. It should force you to make a copy, and it looks like this. So you'll see 4 different tables, and these are the 4 types of sampling methods that we're going to focus on for this assignment. Another thing that you'll want to open up as you're going through this is a sampling methods notes. So I'm going to go over each of these different types of sampling methods in detail, but there's also a document that just kind of has some bullet points about each of the types of sampling methods that we will be focusing on, and this will help you with your assignment for next week as well, because you'll do a reflection on the data collection stuff that you're doing this week. So that is something that is there, but like I said, I'll also go over the different types of methods as we get to them. There are a few other links in here that you'll need, and I'll show you what those are when we get to them. So first things first, once you have a copy of this spreadsheet made, you are actually going to be collecting some data from the class for each one of these methods. And we're going to start off with the entire population. So that means that you're going to be collecting responses from every student in the class. If we take a look over here at our notes, the entire population, when we're talking about statistics, refers to all elements from a set of data. So it's not necessarily like the population of the United States. It refers to the entirety of a set of data. And so this type of method is the best way to collect data because you're including all the responses from the entire population. So for our purposes, for this assignment, our population is going to be our class. And so you're going to collect responses for your survey from everyone in the class for this first one. So like I said, the nice thing about this type of method is that it is the best representation of the population because you're including literally every response from the population. However, you can see here, this quite often is not possible when collecting data because depending on the size of the population, a lot of times it requires a lot of money or a lot of time and other resources as well. So it's a lot of times not super practical, even though it is the most reliable way to collect data. So for us, in our entire population table over here, you can see you're going to collect responses from every student in the class. I did not close my parentheses. My apologies. There we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with a yes or no question that everyone in the class will respond to. So it could be, does your shirt have a hood? Or do you like dogs? Or do you have a job? But it has to be something that people can respond yes or no to. And also, don't choose a question that like everyone will answer yes to. So like, do you like pizza? Most people like pizza, and that's boring. Sorry, my baby's making some noise. So you're going to come up with a question that everyone can answer yes or no to. And when you come up with your question, you're going to replace the text right here with that question. So my question is going to be, does your shirt have a hood? And what you're going to do is ask the same question 4 times. So you can actually at this time go through and replace all of these questions with the same one. So does your hood? And then you can continue replacing these last 2 questions with the same one. So all the questions should be the same for each of your methods because you're going to compare the responses between the 4 different methods. So you should have been assigned a number. And once everyone in the class has their question ready to go, you are going to leave your Chromebook on the table where you're sitting, and you're going to wander around the room and answer everyone else's question. So when you come to someone's Chromebook, you'll put in your number. Let's say I'm number 5. and then you'll type your response, yes or no. My shirt that I'm currently wearing does not have a hood, so I would type no. And so you're going to walk around the room and answer every single question for every person in the class. So remember, you're typing your number that you've been assigned and then your response to the question on everyone else's Chromebook. And you'll also respond to your own question because you are part of the population. One important thing to note, because you will be making some pie charts from these results, when you're typing in your yes or no, make sure that everybody does all lowercase letters, because sometimes Google Sheets can be a little fussy about pie chart stuff. So if like somebody uses a capital letter, sometimes it includes that as a completely separate type of response. So if everybody is consistent with their yeses and nos, you should have some nice and neat pie charts. So at this time, everyone should have their question created, and you can start wandering the room to answer each other's questions.